I think we put our emotions on the table with our music.
On this new album there are no vocals included. On your previous record, for example, Bright Tomorrow, there was a vocal part. Is that something that you discussed a lot about? Like, should you use vocals or leave them out completely, or how can we see that?
There are vocals on the new record, but they're not.
I didn't hear them.
They're not. We didn't use vocals in the same way as we did on the first record, but there are some on there. And it wasn't necessarily a conscious decision for us not to use vocals. It just happened that when we were actually writing the tracks, they weren't necessarily needed, and the song sounded full and thick enough without those vocals. But I think where the vocals have been sacrificed, if you will, the other instrumentation that we've used is kind of like made up for the space that they left, like tenfold. So.
Yeah. Is that something that if you look to the future, that you maybe incorporate a more clean way of vocals, like real singing people, or is that something that's not absolutely not the case?
Who knows? You know, we don't know. It could happen. Might not.
Yeah, is there a certain instrument that you have a special feeling with? You play a lot with synthesizers and other electronic instruments, but if you look back in maybe to your youth, are there some instruments that you really like? Maybe the sound, or maybe is there something that reminds you of something when you play that instrument?
I've only started learning instruments in the last few years, but you've got more experience with instruments than I know.
I mean, conventional, perhaps, but conventional instruments, I guess. But I don't think. Yeah, it's a tough one to answer that, because I mean, the way we've learned to play our instruments anyway, we haven't been taught the correct way to play anything that we use. So we've kind of made our own, we've made our own way of playing them. I don't really know how to answer that question. I don't think there's one particular special one. We use them all to the best of our abilities, I guess.
You're talking about a correct way to use them, but is there a correct way to use an instrument? Or maybe if we look to the whole music scene, why does music have to be correct? And it's not in your case, but
yeah, that's fair enough. If you take a book, like a beginner's how to play guitar book, for example, that's gonna show you the suggested way to play guitar. Whereas if you don't use that book, then you're going to inflict your own kind of personality and your own kind of sensibilities onto this instrument. And I guess that's the mentality we've had with anything we've ever picked up.
How does your personality is reflected in your own music? And can you name a specific element that's really me, or that's really us?
The tracks, so the music that we make, the common thread for it all is, I think, the emotions in them. I mean, the instrumentation is not consistent.
Yeah, that's good, because most regular artists use lyrics, standard instrumentation, and they always say, yeah, I can lift my heart with my music, or I can lift my heart with my lyrics, because they're so personal. Is that for you possible to lift your heart in your music?
I think we put our emotions on the table with our music. I think it's very direct in that sort of way.
In what way? Yeah.
Like the expressions that we're putting out there. I don't think there's anything hidden or intellectual about them. I think they're, with our music, it's on the table and it's there to be seen. I don't think there's anything complicated about. There's nothing complicated about the consumption process of it. But everything else is, there's no. the only common thread is that consciousness, I guess, or subconscious, I guess.
How do you let the music speak for your subconscious, and what way can we hear that?
I guess I don't think we have intentions, I guess, and that's why when it comes to writing the music, that's when you get to hear what we enjoy. I guess that's what comes out of it, instead of an intellectual intention.